Good evening, and welcome to the company. What we're gonna talk about, I don't know, but anyway, it is Wednesday, October 21st. We are almost done with another month, about to enter the final quarter.
We already in there.
We are in the final quarter. The last 2 months of the final. It's almost over.
We got 10 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
All analogies, sorry.
I hope everybody's all right tonight. I'm in here. We got Izzo Dopinical. That damn Sosa and Rich is in the room. I hope everybody's doing all right, not a sight. What?
I was singing a D'Angelo song. Sorry. All right.
Okay. Shout out to everybody going to the drive-through fair.
Nope.
Hey Milo, I hope y'all are ready for a wait, because I think there are some people that's been in line since 6 o'clock trying to get an elephant ear.
Trying to get an elephant ear. This shit gonna be cold.
But anyway,
it's time to learn how to make some of that shit, man.
There are restaurants that do this stuff. You just gotta find
right. There is a spot in Raleigh where they actually sell but fair food year round.
Stop texting, Milo. Yeah, but yeah. You said they serve fair food year round.
Year round, yeah.
There's a place here that does the donut burger. I'm sure. I know that. I see it on their menu.
Yeah, but that's something you could do on your own, though.
Yeah. There's a place around here that does it all the time.
Brian,
Go ahead.
I saw that picture you posted of the donut burger, man. I got diabetes.
It was a lot.
Hey, didn't that guy die this year? RIP, right?
You said what?
Didn't that guy die this year? What was his name?
Luther?
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley. Yeah.
No, I thought you talking about the one who made the donut burger.
No. Wilford Brimley.
Diabetes guy. Bro.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley did pass away this year.
I saw that picture and my fucking left leg started to feel like it was gonna fall off.
Not gonna do this. I'm not doing this.
No, not. He's dead. It's not like we can't celebrate him with laughter.
I don't think Wilford Brimley's ever laughed before in his life.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, he laughed in that commercial.
Ha ha. I'm taking it. Y'all are wild.
It was probably a cough.
Anyway.
So along with this time we're in now comes the election. Of course, this thing is a few weeks away. Everybody's going out and doing their early voting, or waiting for the day 2 vote and going with a clear mind and a lot.
Got that early knocked out today, dog.
Yeah, I got mine out. I got mine done last week.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you get mine out the way tomorrow.
Sosa?
Huh? Hey. I'm sorry.
No, he's very sober, by the way.
I'm here.
Have you voted?
I found out that you can go to 6 places in our area to go vote, and I'm gonna go. I want to do it in a half hour, not in 3 hours. So,
do you need me to send you the list, or you already got it?
No, if you can.
Yeah, I'll find it right now while we talking.
Because I'm not doing. I mean, I get it. Some people have to suffer so we can, get the right motherfucking office. But fuck, man, I'm gonna be upset for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not real patient in lines either, so I had to go ahead and get mine out of the way.
I mean, you know what? Here's the thing, right? Is that some people have waited multiple hours to get on a ride at an amusement park or a theme park, right? So I mean, yeah, at least if you going, for an amusement park or a theme park, at least you kind of get something at the end of it. It's like, yeah, you that's some exhilaration. You get done, you submit your ballot, you get a sticker, you go home.
Yeah, I give zero fucks about that. I gave my sticker away.
Oh man.
I got my sticker for this year. I got my sticker over here for the last local elections. I don't know. I got 2 stickers on my computer though. I vote every time there's a chance to.
Bro, you better. Might as well.
Yeah. So get it out the way. They're doing their I think that's one of our topics too, their little last ditch efforts to votes. Yeah,
it's the final countdown.
Exactly. You got your platinum plan that done popped up and then boosted some momentum.
But the thing is, like Izzo said last week, if you ain't figure out who you voting for now, you're fucking stupid.
I don't think there's anybody that's like undecided and doesn't know which way to go. I honestly don't.
You know what? The only place I could see someone being undecided is if it may be their local elections, and that's where they're at. I would say, at least for the executive branch of government, which is the president, I think by now you know pretty much everything you need to know, and there's nothing that's going to be catastrophic enough that hasn't been said to where it's going to change your mind.
Yep.
You know, and in South Carolina, of course, y'all have, Jamie Harrison and Lindsey Graham, and it's like, in y'all case, it's like the fact that my man has actually backed out of the final debate just kind of tells you he's not even willing to show his constituents how he is the better person as the incumbent. So that should tell you something right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just
cowardice.
Oh, in certain places, and let's take. And I know we're looking back at it like fuck it, but DeSantis versus I forget his name.
Andrew Gillum.
Andrew Gillum, yeah.
That debate, like, he had his ass. DeSantis didn't know what the fuck to say or do. Somehow he still won. So it's like, at least show up to the debate, because you never know.
Right. I agree.
You'd be shocked what people vote for. They might vote for the pin you have on, the tie. I know that sounds stupid as hell, but not better to be nerdy. But one of the main reasons political analysts thought that John F. Kennedy won his election is because of the way he looked clean shaven and that Richard Nixon had a 5 o'clock shadow.
Right.
It's that simple. He edged them out over something like that. They figured out that is actually probably what pushed him over. So I would show up. That's what I'm saying. You never know what to push you over. That's what I'm saying.
It almost goes back to like the psychology of advertising.
That's really what it is.
There's colors and smells and all kind of familiar stuff that'll get somebody to remember your product. Your product is you because you're the president of the United States.
Branding
over the other guy.
Because it honestly was this close.
So this is horrible advertising for Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. To not even put anything out or do anything. You're just sitting back because you believe. I honestly think he believes that this is he's won.
I think so.
And he didn't do anything.
Right. And I hope that the state of South Carolina, this is an upset, because there are two races that, even though, yes, Trump is important, there are two races that I think are going to define this next 4 years. One of which is going to be Lindsey Graham, but the other is Kentucky with Mitch McConnell.
Oh my!
Like if we get rid of him, or the state of Kentucky rather, if they get rid of him, I honestly think that's going to change a lot of the ways that the GOP is going to govern themselves from here on out. And I mean, the reality of it is I think this is a push. Even if Trump gets back into office, right? I think this will be now a push back to a more moderate, a more moderate makeup of the both houses of Congress, instead of it being so vehemently divisive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where we are right now, is that we just need to get some people who are like, hey, yes, for example, I don't agree with the president's policies, and they're willing to say that instead of just walking in lockstep just because. Because, I mean, even Lindsey Graham himself said that, Trump was an idiot, a xenophobe, blah, blah, all this, that, and the other 4 years ago, and now it's time for re-election. He's like, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
On me, I don't know. Y'all made me start looking at Mitch McConnell more.
Why?
Yeah.
Look.
Huh?
He's a turtle.
Why? He's horrible to look at.
Right, he ain't got no lips, he ain't got no chin either. What the?
When he laughs, I see no teeth. Shit is weird.
You ever seen like the makeup and shit Guillermo del Toro does for his monsters?
Yeah.
He's a character out of Pan's Labyrinth.
Exactly.
Is Brian a Muppet?
Oh. Man,
He ain't got no chin, like nothing.
I'm telling you, that sucker is a turtle on the low.
Yeah. But go ahead. What were you? I didn't mean to interrupt your thought, Sosa.
No, that was it. I was just talking shit about his ugly ass.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were looking at his policies and shit. You were literally like,
No.
looking at
So if you and you guys know I'm not really educated on this, but all I have to do is we need a stimulus package, and he's telling the White House, "Nah, don't do it."
Right.
If I don't know nothing else, that's all I have to see.
Not only that, but it's like we need a stimulus package. No, but let's get the Supreme Court justice in here.
Well, thank you. So now you just compounded your priority. Like now we know where your priorities are at.
And they're still trying to repeal Obamacare in the midst of that as well.
While we're in the middle of a health crisis.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that part. I know that sounds stupid.
With no plan in place.
None. Obama said tonight, he said, y'all been waiting 10 years for their plan. He's like, they ain't got one.
Nothing.
He was in his bag tonight, man. I think he finally was able to say the type of stuff he wanted to say.
But he's not president, and that's why. I hate
But even remember when he finally had an interview, was it earlier this year?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of teetered on it, but he never went all the way. This time he finally went all the way.
At this point, you have no choice but to go Super Saiyan. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the way you got to think, like, oh, y'all want somebody to say what they feel? I'll do it.
Pete been going in too now. Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah,
Buttigieg has actually been ethering people.
Yes,
but eloquently at that with facts and being like boom, 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 boom,
but
boom.
Like Rodney Danger one-liners, like
right.
But with facts, and they're just sitting there. I'm like, God damn, Pete.
Oh, okay. If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
But you know what? It's funny because in hindsight, right? And I think we talked about this before. Is looking at him as a potential candidate for president and looking at where we are now. It's just like, could you imagine the difference in the debate if it would have been him on that stage instead of Biden versus Trump?
You mean the things Trump would have tried to say to him, or how?
Right? He's a veteran and he's gay. So it's like, what can you hit him with and not come off like an ass? You know what I mean?
But it's America, and a lot of people would still rock behind Trump.
The veteran thing, that doesn't matter because he hit McCain with that shit.
I mean, he did, but see, it's one thing. It's one thing to attack somebody, like McCain's much older. He's a little bit more removed. Buttigieg is kind of, he's someone who has recently served. Right.
Yeah, but you attacked a POW
in combat at that.
I mean, I agree. I'm with you 100%.
Mm-hmm.
If he could do it to McCain, he would do it to Pete. And he got away with it with McCain, so who knows?
I mean, it's fair.
Maybe you swabbed the deck in the Navy or some stupid shit fucking Trump would say that, they imply, hey, you're gay, motherfucker. And he'd get away with it. Because these people don't fucking care.
I think the difference in that is that looking at how Pete has been ethering people lately, I don't think it would have been the same. I don't think it'd have been the same kind of, because Joe Biden doesn't have that same level of comedic timing where it comes off like,
he did.
Pete, yeah, he did. But Pete comes off now where it's like you said, he's got the Ronnie Dangerfield one-liners where he says it and it just stops the conversation, right?
Or like I said, he kind of just sit there and they go,
why would you put him on Fox? I don't know.
No.
Oh,
that's been great. That's been awesome.
I listened to an interview with him and Brian Tyler Cohen? I think that's his name.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he said, hey, when the last time you got invited back to Fox? He said, it's been a few days. Because they were asking him on there all the time.
Right.
He was like, ever since that last one, he said, it's been a while now.
I'm sure 45 has called some people and was like, hey, don't put him back on here no more.
Yeah.
I've had his people come out. No. But I think they're about tired of him at Fox News. There's a couple of people that'll hang on to his dick until the ship goes down. But for the most part, I think the people at Fox News like, why we keep talking about this motherfucker?
I mean,
ratings.
Tucker Carlson, dickhead ass, will still be up there. Oh, Trump's an amazing man. I want to touch his booty.
I haven't really seen much from Sean Hannity either. I see Tucker Carlson a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Tucker is just happy to be relevant, man. Tucker is like the failed person who always gets a show and nobody watches it. But I don't think he understands. All you did is assume the primetime slot for a channel that gets a lot of viewers. That's it, Tucker.
Right.
That's it. That's all you did. It ain't really you. It's the same dog and pony show. They tell you, do this tap dance and they'll watch. You say, okay. They could have put anybody in that spot.
Because as soon as you stop dancing, you have to be back on at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you. I remember when Tucker was on CNN, and that show was a struggle.
Crossfire.
He ended up getting his own show too.
He did get his own show, but he also did Crossfire.
Yeah, I remember that, but it was doo-doo. Is he an heir to Johnson & Johnson or something else?
I don't know.
He's an heir to something.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. Yeah, he's an heir to something. So
Tucker Carlson.
And I have no problem. It's okay for you to you can look at Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper is from the Vanderbilt family.
Right.
And anybody knows the Vanderbilt family, filthy fucking rich, like damn near Rockefeller type status. Swanson. Okay. Swanson.
So he's the chicken.
Thank you, Sosa.
What's Sosa say?
No, he said shit.
Oh, yeah, he's a chicken nugget guy. Swanson chicken nugget. They had a song for that? I don't remember.
I don't. I was about to say I missed that.
Yeah.
Shoot, he keep fucking around. He gonna be eating on some of those frozen dinners. Shit.
Them shits was amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. When you was hungry, them Swanson shit tastes like steak.
Brian, I'm not saying I disagree with you, man. I just say we keep fucking around when we were struggling. Yeah, because I'm just saying.
Tonight, this is kind of off topic. I was talking to a friend. There's a show on I think it's Food Network called Struggle Meals.
Yeah,
really?
What?
But it's like it's like white guy. Like it looks like he's never struggled before in his life. Like he doesn't even know what the word struggle is. And he's on there making like charbroiled tomatoes and all this shit that you wouldn't think about. Like, nigga, where the noodles at? When y'all get up there and y'all smash a bag of ramen, y'all tell me about struggling. Until then, ain't nobody doing that. But anyway, back to what we were talking about.
I guess to wrap up, because we actually put ourselves on a time cap, but it's just right now it's the last ditch effort for anything they put out.
I would like to say one thing that he was tweeting about the Osama, the conspiracy.
Team SEAL 6, SEAL Team 6.
SEAL Team 6, how they really didn't kill him and blah, blah, blah.
No, they said they got killed, is what they said as well.
Well, yeah, they got killed after that.
Yeah.
To keep conspiracy quiet.
Who said that? Please don't tell me Trump said that.
He's retweeting what
he's retweeted it, what they said. Yeah. Thank you, Sosa, for bringing that up.
Listen, we got hit when they said Osama got killed, murdered, got killed during a mission. Yo, they motherfuckers was saving up for that day because we got hit everywhere on that goddamn base.
Damn.
So, I don't want to hear about no goddamn conspiracy theory because them motherfuckers believed it.
That's what pisses me off, man. Like, they don't understand. Like, you could go and find this shit. Like, but you just gonna believe something you see on Reddit or something somewhere. I don't get it. Like, do they not know people who served anywhere? That's what always kills me.
I don't think he does.
Nah.
No, not talking about him. Just talking about like the conspiracy theorists he retweeted.
No.
I would say no.
That blows my mind.
Team 6 who were there said it, then you'd be like, all right. And I didn't know that till recently. They rebuked that tweet, that statement. They was like, nah, we were there, we did that shit. The commander who oversaw the mission, he's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm voting for Biden.
Yeah, I remember that. Sure was.
Jeez.
Yeah, I watched. He was on MSNBC.
Wow, man.
Turned everybody who was active service that I know of against him. The only people that have anything to do with military duty that might still be in Trump or like ex-military?
I walk around a lot of people who are still a big.
That are in it active?
Yep. My coworkers.
It's the weirdest thing. It's a thing.
If y'all could put posters of people that y'all like y'all admire on y'all walls, like we would do rappers in college, everybody who you had on his wall, on you would have on your wall, he's talked shit about. Your heroes, the military heroes.
I was asked, why are you against Trump? I was like, I'll give you 2 reasons. He talks shit about McCain, POW, and Mexico still ain't paying for the goddamn wall.
And that just scratches the surface.
Do you need more? I can go deeper.
You didn't even talk about the stuff that happened like after he got elected. That's like the beginning.
Right. That's before he got in office.
Yeah. You got
You know what my argument stopped.
All of that right there should have turned you off against him, and y'all still voted for this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. What you saying, Sosa? I mean, Brian.
Well, I was like, I already told you where my argument start.
Where?
And I don't go past that, the pedophile stuff. I don't go past that. There's nothing else that he does after that to make me like him any less, because that's just the bottom of the barrel for me.
And for me, it was the Central Park 5 thing.
Yeah.
Because I watched not the movie on Netflix, which is really good, but the documentary that was on, I think it was on Google Play, but now it's like through YouTube. Mm-hmm. That blew my mind. I mean, I never liked Trump because I didn't understand why he was it felt like he was like I don't know. He was just a celebrity person that didn't make sense. But that blew my mind. He pulled out a full-page ad of said they should get the death penalty, and they hadn't even gone to trial yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And then never like walked it back when they found out like they truthfully did not do it. I'm like, piece of shit. Wow. And that was well before he got elected.
Well, since we're all talking about like why we wouldn't, my thing is just listening to him. He defies every normal convention as a public speaker in general, but looking at the things he says, it is very clear the man is a narcissistic opportunist. Judging from, even if you look at things he said from the 90s all the way up to now, it's just whatever polls better in the court of public opinion is what he's going to continue to drive down home. So for me, he does not have his constituents' interest at heart. Nope. It's all about him, and at the end of the day, as long as he's okay, he's fine. But he'll do whatever it takes, whether it be saying something stupid, whether it's like just putting something like, for example, the wall that you brought up, Sosa, because remember, he talked about that wall. Then once he started polling bad, he started pulling back on it a little bit. And then once he was like, oh, this is okay, then he started kind of doubling down again. He does that with all the policies that he puts in place. So for me, it's like it's very clear that he doesn't care about the people. He only cares about himself.
So, 2 bucks about it.
Right. So, there it is.
Yeah. All right. That's 23 minutes.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Wraps up our segment on piece of shit.
Let's get into some bullshit.
Yeah, buddy.
What are we gonna talk about?
These nuts.
Hey.
You said what?
Whoa.
Nothing, Brian. I said these nuts.
Yeah, we're not. That's your
we're not gonna do that.
I wish I could put X's in the bottom of y'all screen every time y'all say something.
Like, damn, me and Sosa be in trouble.
Man, you better stop trying to mute
me. Trouble.
I will not be muted.
Somebody might be muted tomorrow night if it happens. Huh?
We'll get into a little music talk.
Yes, we need a pick me up. We ain't had a good pick me up in a while.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. Talking about music. Stankonya's. Is it 30?
No, man. How old you think you are?
I'm sorry.
I'm about to say that makes me 47 if it's 30.
Right.
On 10 days from now, Stankonia would have been released 20 years ago, October 31st. 2000.
That is crazy. And to me, Stankonia is probably one of the top 5 greatest hip hop albums ever put out.
Whoa, Nelly. What? Really?
I'll put that much weight on it.
Hey,
No, wait. I'm thinking ATL.
I'm about to
say, man.
Yeah. Stankonia is good, but I was saying, I'm about to say.
Everybody gave Ron the South Pole face.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
Now we got heaters now. Even
right.
We're good. I like so.
The Bombs Over Baghdad on Stankonia?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fuck that movie. Fuck that song.
Nah, I felt that way at the beginning because I didn't get it. It was a totally different beat. I didn't understand it, but yeah, it gave me about a month. I was like, "Oh, this shit fire." I did not like it at first.
Mm-hmm. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was 2000,
October 31st, 2000.
I was online when that dropped.
Damn, Brian, I was in high school.
Yes. Same here.
Me and Richard were seniors.
Yes.
We were just sitting in class trying to make it, trying to get the year over with.
Trying to debate if I should trick or treat or not.
Yeah.
Trying to do what? You said what?
Trying to debate if I should trick or treat or not. Because it released on the 31st. So, you know, it's like weird period in life where you're like, yeah, technically you are still a child, but yet at the same time it's like, when I'm close enough to being a grown ass man, so I like if I go out to get free candy though, what's more important, my dignity or free candy?
I actually think that's the hard part about like between age like 15 and 25.
Yep.
I don't understand how hard the decision is.
Hey guys. I forgot to tell y'all something. Y'all do remember what other album came out that day?
What?
The Dynasty. I forgot about that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The Dynasty.
Well, there's a reason it was forgotten.
Yeah.
I like the Dynasty. I listen to it every now and then. Deadass.
I'll give you
like the Dynasty.
I'll give you the Blueprint, but Dynasty.
Yeah.
There's a reason it was overshadowed. So
yeah.
And I'm not a big Stankonia fan, but it was better than that bullshit.
I gotta look it up. I think there's another. What? What did he just say?
Better than that bullshit. Now you said you gave it a 2 to 3 year period. So you really have to look and see what was dropped in that 2 to 3 years. Well, are you saying after Stankonia, 2 to 3 years after Stankonia, or in that circumference?
I meant like 98 to 2000. I'm sorry. Not like after 98 to 2000. That's what I meant. A lot of stuff came out around that time.
When did Tarantula come out?
Tarantula was college for me. Tarantula was freshman year, maybe.
What had Take Pass on it? Or Danger? What had Danger on it? I'm sorry.
That's the one. That's high school to me. Let me look it up
because I know Danger came in 2000.
You mean Been So Long, Danger, whatever the fuck it was.
Man,
Mystical, and Outcast. I know that's not the song, but that came to mind. Sorry.
Yeah, we got you.
That's Ghetto Fat. No, that's Let's Get Ready. That got to be Let's Get Ready. Okay. Yeah, I recognize that. Yeah, that was fam. That was only a month before that, September 26, 2000.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know Danger came out in 2000 because that was big when the whole thing was going on.
Yeah, I actually got a list of like albums that came out in 2000. I'm gonna go over it. Ooh, Dead Prez, Let's Get Free.
Okay.
Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele.
Oh yeah.
Beanie Siegel, The Truth.
Hey.
Yeah.
Black Rob, Life Story.
Man.
I put Milo's to come.
Huh? Baby Bash, Milo, you are being ignored. The Murderers album came out.
That shit was trash.
I like. Like Common, like Water for Chocolate came out on March 28th.
I swear I thought that was like 2001.
No, not like Water for Chocolate. I wish it came out a little later. It was good though. Drag On, I was H2O. I forgot about that.
Trash.
Whoa.
Big Fun, yeah, baby. Big Pun, yeah, Baby came out.
Yeah, he was dead by then though.
Oh my God. Yin Yang Twins
You
first
know
album
what?
came out.
I respect the man's hustle. I respect his lyricism. I just wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, me neither.
Yeah.
And you know, you expect to, you know, you Hispanic, you expect to cheer on, you know, because there's not a lot of us there. But I can't. I mean, I wasn't a big fan. I spit some of his shit, but
Yeah.
Diddly, 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 diddly.
Dilated People's the platform.
I like that. People.
Yeah,
I did like that.
Okay. Marshall Mathers
They were
LP.
They were on that Sway and Tech mixtape I bought that had
Mhm.
the hologram thing on the front. I can't remember what year it was though.
Okay. 3-6 Mafia, When the Smoke Clears. I ain't not gonna lie, guys. I like that album a lot.
that cheer the plug up.
No, Sipping on Some Scissor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes Anarchy.
I don't remember that album at all.
It wasn't.
You know
that
what?
good.
I'm gonna
Listen,
right
and
click on it real quick and see what was on it.
this is coming from a Busta Rhymes fanatic. I bought
Mhm.
ELE. I bought When Disaster Strikes,
Okay.
but
When did that
Anarchy.
start?
Did I? Okay, what was the singles? I'm not seeing. You know, something would be hyperlinked, as you know. As the single.
That's because none of it was a single.
Oh,
Get out.
Anarchy was
Oh,
trash.
fire! Remember Fire?
Anarchy was trash.
Fire.
He picked up right after that album though.
Yeah,
I forgot who he hooked up with. After that, he was
Yeah.
on.
Fire was not a bad song. I remember Fire,
I
but I
don't
remember
remember Fire at all.
if you play it, you remember.
Okay.
Oh God, even though I don't care. Nelly Country Grammar came out in 2000.
What?
I didn't even care about Country Grammar.
I
To be
was
honest
not
with
a fan, fam.
To be honest with you, if they when they finish whatever hip hop Southern hip hop museum, Country
Yeah.
Grammar's gonna.
I know.
Yeah, it
I mean,
will. It's
yeah,
fine.
that doesn't make it. I mean, there's a Holocaust museum where the Nazis got a little.
Ignoring Sosa.
That doesn't make it good. Is what I'm saying. Country
Yeah, I got
Grammar is not. It's not. It's gonna have a spot because it was a chart topper. But was it good? No.
Mhm.
Let's see what else we got.
That was a terrible analogy, but you get my drift.
Oh, De La Soul, AOI Mosaic Thump.
Yeah, Mosaic Thumb was alright.
Yeah, I don't remember that album.
Soleil came out.
Who cares?
Oh, okay.
Lil Jon and Eastside Boys, we still crunk. This for Milo, Lil Zane, Young World of Future.
Why do we all laugh?
He's so trash.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
Try to think things that stick out. Yeah. Oh shit! I know Brian will like this. Cameron, SDE.
Nope.
Oh,
I was done with Cameron after Confessions of Fire.
Oh really? You didn't like that one? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was done with it because he started that purple shit, and I was like, "What is this?"
He was trying to gimmick, man. Everybody was trying to have a gimmick.
Black Eyed Peas,
Yeah.
their first album came out where there were joints and jam, and that shit was out.
when did the Roots come out with
I
Things
know.
Fall Apart? Was that 99?
99,
That was
yeah.
99.
Scarface, The Last of a Dying Breed. Somebody
Yeah.
got it on there. Yeah,
I
I
like
remember that.
Diary, and I didn't like anything else.
I'm a
Okay.
Face fan, but I didn't like that one.
All right,
Diary was so dope. I couldn't follow it with nothing else.
all right. Ja Rule, Rule 336.
Was that the first one?
Yeah,
Nope.
that's
No, it
The
wasn't.
first one was dope. No, this is
No, the first one was
Vinny
first.
yeah.
I knew that. As soon as I said, I was like, nah. Rule 336. It's about to be the softest shit since the cool side of the pillow. Let's see. Between me and you. I
Trash.
cry. And I'm dipping out. I'm not looking at that no
Yeah, I
more.
think we're good.
Ludacris back for the first time, guys.
That came out. What? I thought that was 01.
No,
What was
that
Chicken
came
and
out when we were in high school because I remember burning it. What was that?
What
Brian?
What was Chicken and Beer?
That was
That was a few years later because I had a
0102.
yeah, because I remember that album because I bought that album and I didn't care for it.
Oh. Wait. What was the no? Oh, hold on.
You know, it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit later because
I'm thinking of something else.
Chicken Beers. I remember because that's when I had my Taurus.
I was thinking of Word of Mouth.
That's when he had. What was it? Monday? It's Monday.
Saturday.
I don't remember.
Oh my god! Hey, the whole time on the wrong fucking day.
Yeah, November 27, 2001. Yeah, because that had Roll Out. Oh, I heard that song way too many times. Reflection Eternal, guys. Train of Thought.
Was Terror Squad doing something around then?
They were, but I'm low because Joe. I don't know. Joe was fucking up the money or something.
Prodigy, HNIC.
Oh yeah.
Owen and Noriega, the reunion.
That was all right.
8 Ball and MJG, Space Age Forever.
Oh, was that Space Age Pimpin' on that one?
8
Ball and AMG on some Space.
I love
Age.
Space Age Pimpin'.
It was
that video.
No, not that one. Pimp Hard was on there. Pimp Hard.
Wait, Space Age Pimpin' wasn't on that one?
I think Space Age Pimpin' was earlier. That's 90s.
That should have been 95.
Yeah,
Space Age
99.
That's old.
Yeah, 95. That's how old that song is.
Holy shit, man.
Pimpin' came out.
Video was trash, and videos wasn't that trash in the 2000s. That video was horrible. Like,
but that song is so hard.
Yeah.
What else came out? Master P, Ghetto Postage. I don't even remember that.
I don't listen to P.
I don't either. I like his acumen, but his songs were doo-doo. Oh, Funk Master Flex, the mixtape volume 4. I think I bought that.
I think Funk Master Flex and Clue kept going back to back with their shit at one point.
Oh yeah, the Annie Up remix was on there.
The Professional.
Annie Up remix make you punch people in the face. That shit's on my playlist.
Yeah. What else though? Only last thing I see on here. Oh, actually, it's 2 of them. I know none of y'all care about this. Ill Will Records, QB's Finest. Y'all know what song came off of that, right? Uchi Wally. I know it's also like that. Man, think about what 20 years ago hip hop sounded like.
Right. It was hilarious though. It's like we were still up until that point. We were still having who had the best hip hop. It was either West Coast, the South, or like the East. And then like
New York,
and like Philly, they'll be, yo, we got the best shit. We got the best shit. And then like
John,
yeah, we got. And then like, what's the thing? Soda,
Pop.
something. No. The Make It Rain, Pour It Out.
Chicken noodle soup.
And it's something like Chicken Noodle Soup will pop out, and like that's North. Oh, forget that. We got the best shit. And then we come out and be like, oh, that's what you doing.
Yeah. Lil Wayne's Lights Out and Snoop Dogg Last Meal is the only other thing I saw. Oh, I agree.
Wasn't Trash the No Limit album?
Huh?
Or no? Was Trash the No Limit album? I mean, Last Meal?
Yeah. I don't like Snoop only had shit. I like Murder Was the Case of this first album. After that, I didn't really.
Dude,
but it was true. Yeah. Murder Was the Case was dope.
17 albums. How the fuck did you put 17 albums?
And only 2 of them good.
Wasn't Terror Squad? Yeah, they were, but I didn't see their compilation. I'm sorry, I did not answer that.
Yeah, they was putting out singles, but not much.
I thought they had like TS something. Yeah,
that's just a look back at 20 years ago, guys. That blew my mind.
Years ago, those are the albums that we had to listen to.
So what stuck out for y'all? What were y'all think y'all were listening to back then around that time? I mean, it doesn't have to be 2000, but let's say 99, 2000, 2001. Like, what were y'all listening to?
I was listening to Redman. It was Muddy Waters came out
96.
And I listened to that for a good 3 or 4 years. I know that. Because that shit was dope. 2000 though?
I listened to a lot of Noriega and Nas. I was so Queens. I don't know why. I love Queens.
I didn't like Nori like that, but the Noriega album.
I didn't like Nori at all.
The Roots.
Baby Magic. I thought I was tripping.
Baby Bash.
Now I gotta look up Baby Bash. Baby Bash is probably head spinning in the circle. Like, who called my name? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I know
Milo,
y'all.
what's Baby Bash's
Baby Bash first album came out. Didn't he have a song called Sugar or some shit?
I don't remember.
I'm about to look it up. I don't remember. Yeah, his first album came out 01. I don't know his songs because they're not bringing up his singles, so I really don't know.
He was.
Yeah.
A little long. I was actually a 50 Cent fan in about 2000. He has some good cuts. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I do remember him off the Into Deep soundtrack.
He was on that, but after that, he had I think it was with Bun B and Pimp C.
Oh, really? How did they ever get that cornball? How to Rob. Yeah, he was on there. Rowdy. Damn, he had 2 songs.
He had a bunch of shit right around that time.
I remember the Prodigy and Product G and B song on there, but I can't sing it on here. If y'all look up the Into Deep soundtrack and look up the name of the song, I remember that song. We used to play it because we thought it was hilarious.
I got a list of movies that came out. A lot of things started. Like a lot of the chains of movies had a start in 2000. Like X-Men came out in 2000.
Oh yeah.
Final Destination started in 2000.
They just stopped that after like 2.
Yeah.
2.
Bring It On started in 2000. And there's like 6. Bring It On.
Oh, Bring It On, the movie, boy.
That cheerleader shit?
Yeah, the cheerleader movie, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, man.
Scary
Movie
started in 2000.
Yeah. That I'd never found this funny.
I saw Scream, but I know that's not the same. Yeah. I did see Scream.
A lot of other movies came out, but like those are the ones that like started.
Franchise.
That's
Boondock
the Diesel thing, right? Pitch Black.
I don't want to count that as a franchise.
What, Pitch Black? No, I don't think it's a franchise.
Well,
but
it started the what you call it? The
but he's only had the Chronicles of Riddick. It's only one movie and an animated thing. That's it.
Yeah. Damn, Battlefield Earth was 2000, and I think that went down as one of the worst movies ever made. That's
that was 2000.
The John Travolta sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never saw it.
It's bad.
Wasn't Fast and Furious that year?
2001.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a wild year. Love and Basketball and American Psycho were out that year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
2000.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
American Psycho?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is probably one of the amazing looking movies that you will see.
Did you say Gladiator yet?
Yeah, Gladiator came out in 2000.
Oh, okay.
That came out in 2000?
Yeah, bro.
Wow. Gladiator is probably one of my actual favorite movies.
If you get past the first 20 minutes of fucking monologue.
What, for Gladiator?
Yeah.
But you need that.
Fuck that, man.
I got bad news for you.
All right, so I was going to say that. Well, Rob, you're going to hate life for a little bit longer then.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You got 2 more movies, Rob.
Well, 3. Because not hasn't come out anyway yet, right?
Oh, too soon.
What's too soon?
We were talking about the Fast and Furious movie. I'm putting this up again, Rob. This is what Rob.
I missed it. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Oh, I got it. I was on the wrong screen. Sorry.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Jeez.
Boy, Milo said Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
Big Mama's House. Gone in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Shaft.
Man,
Meet
that
the
shit was
Parents.
great.
I thought Jeffrey Wright killed it. That's what I remember most about that movie.
That's it. But once he dies, it's it.
And I totally forgot about Christian Bale up until a couple years ago. I don't know why.
What?
I forgot Christian Bale. He played a big part of that movie.
Which
Believe it
movie?
or not, Milo, Sharknado started, I think, 2 years ago, and there's already 8 movies.
Are you serious?
Nah, it can't be that. It can't be that.
No
close.
way.
It's been maybe, I say tops 5 years.
Yeah.
Are they fucking doing mixtapes for this shit or something?
Let's see. Hold on.
That's clutch.
It started in 2013.
What's that?
Holy shit! We got
Sharknado.
movies already?
I
Sharknado.
saw part of the second one time, and it was stupid.
And let's see.
Like I said, Meet the Parents is a franchise that started in 2000.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. The last Sharknado has 6 movies, and the last one is called The Last Sharknado. It's About Time. Oh man, dude.
Hey, the first X-Men movie, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already mentioned that.
That was so stupid. How the fuck does Wolverine get shot in the head?
I'm trying to see.
He's got adamantium.
I mean,
Yeah, you got a good point.
yeah, but you know, movies.
Kings of Comedy.
Yeah. God bless. Hey, please, Bernie Mac.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else.
I've never actually seen that in its entirety.
What? I've watched that. I had
Not basketball already, Izzo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm basketball. I'm in September now. Trying to see what else.
Legend of Bag of Vance.
I haven't seen that movie, and I'm okay.
About a magical Negro.
So
the
Digimon and Pokemon had a movie that year. Did I?
The magical Negro trope. Nah, I think I'm good. Which is
Will Smith.
I remember Pay It Forward. That came out.
You know, Rob, I always thought that about Tara Reid's voice. I was like, what is that? I mean, it's something stuck. If she just go,
y'all are rude.
Men of Honor was that year.
That was a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Cookie.
you said
I'm
what?
not seeing much else. Chocolat.
Well, once you pass September for most
Dude, where's my car?
Get the fuck out of here. That bum ass.
That was rough. Shit got rough around that time.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Well, one of my favorite.
Still ain't
I
seen it.
love what?
Still
Wait,
haven't- yeah, I've seen it, but I don't remember.
At USC, they used to kill that.
Wait a
movie.
minute, Milo. Are you talking about the animated movie, or are you talking about the one that he just came out with?
No, she's got to be talking about the animated movie.
Yeah, that and Digimon came out in 2000. I just passed it.
Okay, so the I'm not a Pokemon fan. I don't think I watched more than 3 episodes.
You know?
Oh yeah, it missed me. I remember I was a senior in high school, and like my little cousins were talking about Pokemon, and I'm like,
And if you were like a '90s baby, a '90s kid, you were so tired of collecting shit because you had Digimon, you had the little pets that came in a little game or whatever.
Like the Tamagotchi, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I was like, I can't collect nothing else.
Nah.
I snatch that shit out of fucking kids' hands. Don't fucking play with something else.
Whoa.
And then you kept them for yourself, and then they
No,
died.
man. Do that shit in the gutter.
How many Tamagotchi you killed, Sosa?
I don't know. 5?
That means there's a number.
Exactly. And they wonder why people they wonder why we got bad anxiety and stuff now. Worrying about a damn digital pet dying.
I give a fuck about that, man. Oh,
I
that's
still remember being in PE class and people used to be playing with those things.
right.
Yeah,
Get up and run some fucking laps.
pretty much. Man,
I didn't understand it.
Felt like a lifetime now.
I don't know, man. In part, it's like it feels like a lifetime, but then it was only yesterday.
No. It doesn't feel like that, but like the entertainment stuff, like
Oh
everything,
yeah.
like the music's different, the movies are totally different. Like half of the movies you put out now, it's like,
When did Blade come out? The first
98.
yeah,
98.
yeah.
Godfather in the MCU.
I still remember I wanted to go see Spawn and I never got to see it.
Hey man, the end of that movie, the special effects in it were trash.
I heard about that. I heard it felt like they ran out of money, is what people said.
I don't know, but it's like that. It looked like someone's high school project.
What looked like that?
I didn't see it either until last year.
Okay. I never saw this entirety.
Yeah, the end of Spawn, like the special effects in it are trash.
Spawn, that whole thing, I love it. I love that they did it. It was perfectly cast. We did not have the technology at that point. We did. We did good with Spawn himself.
We still had Windows 95 when that was out.
But you know what's
all right.
Here's the thing about it, right? Hold on 1 second. Let me look. Got to remember, Spawn came out after Jurassic Park. Think about that.
Oh, yeah, that was
people with Jurassic Park did have a way bigger budget than whoever.
I mean, yeah, you're right, but you're talking about when Spawn came out in what year? 97.
August 1st, 97.
All right, so Spawn came out in 97. Jurassic Park came out in 1993.
And then you got to think about it too. Most of Jurassic Park was shot with puppets.
Yeah, that was New Line Cinema.
Yeah, but even then, all right, it was shot with puppets, but come on now, like there's stuff with that T-Rex where it's like, come on now, like.
What went wrong with Spawn was they wanted to make the main monster or villain CGI. They should have went with puppetry.
I agree.
Yeah, Gremlins was amazing, and that was
New Line Cinema back then.
You said what?
Remember that was New Line Cinema. Do y'all remember New Line Cinema?
Oh yeah.
New Line did Gremlins.
I didn't know. Huh?
Didn't New Line do Gremlins?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But the puppetry was way better back then than the CGI. Even Stay Puft, like he was really walking down New York City. That shit that they did in Spawn was trash,
man.
And that hurt my feelings because it deserved better.
Well, another thing is, it's a comic book movie, and they wanted to make it, gory, bloody, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody was feeling that. And then, a year later, they come out with Blade, but I don't know.
But Blade was the way. Blade
didn't need CGI.
Right. It had CGI moments, but it was sparingly.
Half and came back. That was
yeah.
But they kept it at such a small scale.
Right. It's like you don't remember it. Like that's not like the final battle, right?
And if I'm not mistaken, the main monster in Spawn mouth didn't even move when he was talking.
Nope.
I couldn't get you done. The fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, I think that movie could have got way better pub than it did, or way better graphics than it did. Which is what they're going to do with the new Spawn.
I hope so, but I think they did good with the cartoon on HBO.
Yeah, it didn't last long because it was too much. I think they said people thought it was too much.
Yeah.
Fucking
titties all over the place and fucking sex in the background and blood.
Titties on HBO. That's from my.
Did we address what the hell hamster dance is? I don't know what she's talking about.
I have no idea what she's talking about. I don't know what the fuck a Furby is.
How you don't know what a Furby is?
Furby's it's basically a Mogwai with no arms.
Yeah. Furby was the thing before Tickle Me Elmo.
So Sosa was just like, fam, I was in the military doing my thing.
Man, my daughter was born in 2000, August 2000. She didn't start getting toys like that till she was like a year. So Furby.
Yeah, the Furby was this like stunted looking puppet thing.
Is that a
machinery on the inside that made it, move to the side? You know how they used to do toys with the wheels at the bottom and all that stuff. And it talked, but it talked Furby when you first got it. I used to work at Toys R Us. I know this stuff.
I was about to say, dude, you sucked me in. I was like,
yeah. So it supposedly was supposed to like learn words gradually. The more you messed with it and talked with it and all that stuff and petted it and all that.
Just sound like
I never
crazy
knew that part.
They went nuts for it, and they were like $50 a piece or something like that.
Dude, think about now how good it could be with the chips you could put in those things.
Bruh.
Snapdragon.
I will pass. I will pass.
Nah.
Teddy Ruxpin.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin.
That was just a cassette player with a thin layer of You couldn't hug it. You couldn't play with it or nothing.
I used to hate if you put a tape in it, a regular tape in it, his mouth wouldn't move.
It wouldn't?
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
I used to record the radio, and I'm like, I'm gonna put this in there. See if his mouth sing along with songs. Nope.
Please don't put that Luke CD in here, please.
No, man. I'm talking about like 88, 89. So it was like Bobby Brown and like shit like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see Teddy Ruxpin singing Every Little Step by Bobby Brown?
It's not
You accidentally leave it there and you wake up and he over you singing it, but real quiet. Every little step.
Did you hear? Oh my God. Please post what she said. I didn't know none of this, Brian.
What?
Read that. What they were talking show.
What? Oh, that's
next
awesome.
level. That's next
awesome.
level.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Imagine the janitor like don't know the shit is going on and all here is hello. Whole hallway just be burning when y'all get out of class. Like the devil was in here.
Oh man.
You said hers moved, yours was broken, Izzo.
Mine didn't. With rap, yeah, you probably had the updated version. I had the 1987 or 88 version. Remember?
We had Teddy Ruxpin. We didn't have Ruxpin. It had an S instead of the X right there. It was under the one y'all were getting.
Freddie Ruxpin.
Yeah, he had on the Chucky doll clothes. He didn't have the regular Oshkosh Bagosh outfit that y'all's had on. But yeah,
y'all have a My Buddy?
Hell no. That came out when Chucky came out. Nigga, no.
What came out? What came out?
Chucky. Child's Play.
I had a My Buddy. It was black, no?
Boy, there was so many of them shits thrown away. With,
I had a black My Buddy.
That don't matter.
But you gotta remember, I didn't see Chucky. I remember seeing Jason as a kid. I didn't see what was so scary. He would just walk.
I never was afraid about Child's Play.
I never saw that till I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about like Jason. I remember seeing it on like HBO or Cinemax. So much as a kid, and I'm like, you see people, it's scared. It was not scary to me.
I mean, you know, mentioning Child's Play and the My Buddy doll. It's crazy when you think about it because someone was like pitched the idea that hey, you know, you got this new toy that like kids are gonna have that they carry around with them all the time, but instead we're gonna say one's possessed. And someone greenlit that. We gonna take. Oh man,
that's evil.
Yeah. I watched my neighbor or kid that lived a few houses down throw his My Buddy doll legit in the trash can when Child's Play came out. He said, "Nope." I remember the little feet poking out the trash can, and he was done with it. And that was the death of My Buddy. They didn't go past that year. That was it.
Nope, that's what I'm saying.
I don't remember that.
That is the most twisted movie idea.
A movie ruined an entire toy line, a multi-million-dollar toy line.
I guess my parents blocked me from seeing that. I'd heard of Chucky, but I never watched it.
Bro, that shit was too much.
I watched it, but I didn't know about toys
What
like
was crazy is I had a TV in my room that had cable and everything. I should have turned to Channel 21, which was HBO back then.
Yeah, probably. But you know, if your parents don't want you watching stuff, they hear that. Turn the TV.
I still remember my mom didn't want me watching Arsenio, and it was the episode of In Living Color came on where he does Arsenio monologue.
Yeah.
Mama said, "What you watching?" I said, "Ain't Arsenio." And then she walked in and still changed the channel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But is that the only time you think like a movie destroyed a toy line?
I can't think of nothing.
I was oblivious to this.
Yeah.
The only other example I could give, and it's just because, you know, from my personal experience, and it's only because the first time it did it, the Transformers movie destroyed the Transformers line. Because they killed basically like all of the original product line to bring in the new product line, and kids weren't having it.
Oh, you talking about the cartoon?
The cartoon movie, yeah. Like, I mean, now of course we know that the line's still here, but back then, Transformers was on like life support after that movie. Like, no one really cared because they're like, "You killed off Optimus Prime? Nah, we good." Yeah, that was I can't think of any other.
That's the only one I could think of.
Yeah, other than
Tales from the Crypt. I do remember Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, but that
shit was hilarious though.
Yeah, no, she was just mentioning that it was one of the early scary things that we used to watch.
Okay, yeah, I would agree.
Tales from the Crypt was. We used to look forward to it, but the Crypt Keeper or whatever was just that motherfucker was a lot. Like y'all can do it out here. You have to show so much of the Crypt Keeper.
I love that shit.
Whoever designed that made a lot of money.
My dad used to watch Tales from the Crypt. Like,
shit! Your dad.
Yeah, my dad used to watch Tales from the Crypt.
I remember turning by it, but I never sat on it too long.
Yeah,
we used to watch that all the time.
Marcus actually in the chat took me back to Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah,
are you talking about on Netflix or the OG version?
No, I'm talking about the OG one. I've never seen the new one.
What's the guy name that used to do it? Robert Stack. I know I said
that voice, man.
And he would walk out the smoke.
Yeah.
Like Unsolved Mysteries is kind of like the early version of the next 48, first 48.
Yeah.
That's a good.
If your murder, if something happens to you and your shit is on one of those shows, this shit didn't get solved. It didn't. Like you just out there, you ass out in the woods somewhere, and nobody knows where you are right now.
I thought some of the cases on first 48 were solved though.
On the first 48,
what happens is they lead you on. They're like, "Yeah, we got this guy. He admitted it. Blah blah blah," and then the credits start rolling. But if you stick around, like a Marvel movie, all the people that were accused were acquitted. Open investigation still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they never find your shit. Like if Brian, we found Brian wrapped up in a rug, and it was a turkey in his mouth. I don't know what the fuck's going on. They ain't some that shit. Wow.
Man.
They gonna go all over the place. They're gonna interview all three of y'all. They're gonna put y'all in that little room and leave.
Nope, lawyer.
But yeah, that's what I watch about those shows. That shit kind of just depresses you when you're like, damn, this shit happened.
Because you kind of want something to wrap up finality, some type of thing. Yeah, I understand.
We've been
the original, like the very first couple seasons of Unsolved Mysteries was like the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
Fucking UFO sightings.
Yeah, alien abductions.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden have you seen fucking Joan Benet Ramsey or all kind of shit? Like, oh, we went dark like quick.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the TV shows had the freedom to like poke around at different subjects and see what most people like to watch. And when they hit that sweet spot with the missing people, that's where they stay right there. They had more UFO stories if you wanted them.
Oh yeah,
but that's not what y'all watching, and that's not what y'all like. So
and then it got worse because then was it John Walsh with America's Most Wanted?
Yeah,
it really got deep.
Yeah, and John Walsh, he was always emotionally invested because didn't his kid get found?
Right.
Yeah. Have y'all ever heard the story? Broke down the story.
Man,
I listened to it on a podcast where they broke down the whole story. It is creepy.
He got decapitated or something, right?
Yeah, but like they were in like a Sears or something like that, and the kid went over to go play video games with some kids while the mom was shopping. Then she went back. Evidently, one of the kids got into a fight. Not their kid got into a fight, so they all sent the kids outside. Never saw him again. They kicked him out.
Was his kid?
Huh?
It was more than just his kid that disappeared.
Oh, only his kid. They never found again.
Oh,
wow.
But I mean, they found him, but of course, like he's never
gone
alive again. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a terrible story, man.
Yes, but I don't remember. I don't think they found out what happened, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But that's why every time you watch that show and you looked at John Walsh, you be like, he wants to find these kids.
Yeah.
Like, he's in
Right.
this ain't a job for him.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, he was always emotionally invested. Everybody else is kind of like, we're chasing a check. We're gonna create a character.
Robert Stack in a trench coat coming out smoking.
Exactly. You're sitting in your house. A doorbell rings. There's a clown there. And you sitting there like, what happened, John?
We don't know. This is why we're presenting it to you.
The show's called Unsolved Mysteries, and you're waiting for them to tell you something.
Carrie went to high school with me in Atlanta.
Okay.
Meadow Creek is the high school there. And I'm not surprised. There were some sketchy people there at that school.
What part of Atlanta was that? Where you going? What part?
Gwinnett.
Oh, Gwinnett. Okay.
Yeah. That was when the trench coat thing was going on. So you had a lot of people randomly wearing trench coats for no reason.
Oh, okay.
You talking about?
I was about to ask, were you in Decatur?
Trench coat, what you talking about?
Well, I was in Atlanta from 96 to 95 to 98. And, that's when there was the goth thing going on, and
everywhere,
yeah. So a lot of sketchy things going on around that time.
Shit, man, Brian left at the wrong time.
You ain't lying. Atlanta was
I left right on time. When you become an adult, you don't want to live in Atlanta anymore. Your whole life is commuting to and from work. So, yeah. I'm old, everybody. I'm very, very old. Sosa's older.
Fuck up.
Why are you so angry, boy?
Cause I'm getting you fucking
weird when you think about it that we just finished a whole nother decade and we're about to enter into a brand new one. And we just kind of buy it.
Yeah, we just reminisce for like half of this show about 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. 20 years ago, I was filling out college applications. Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
He said whatever. Why he said whatever?
Because Sosa was like living in the world at that point. He was done with all this shit.
I was fucking about
he was dealing with a pregnant.
Right.
That's what he was dealing with.
He was dealing with real life.
Mm-hmm.
man.
But anyway, let's get into this Q4 thing real quick. We are at hour 8.
You want to hold on to it, or you want to go through it?
What are we talking about?
I'd say hold on to it. Let's hold on to that one.
What are we talking about? Wait, what?
I'm talking about just the last part of the year and all the temptations when you're trying to be a healthy sumbitch.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, let's hold on to that.
That could easily go a while.
Yeah,
we still got next week before that's right before Halloween. So
yeah.
Hey, next week is our last show before the election as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Shit, we are on the day after the election. Man, we might be up all night on that show.
okay.
I'm not going to work the next day.
I might have to take the 4th off. Not the 4th, but the 5th.
Depending on what's going to happen. Well, I believe. Well, I don't believe, but I hope it doesn't happen. But if he wins, there's going to be some bullshit. You already know.
It's gonna be bullshit regardless.
Because they're going to be celebrating, and their celebration is treating everybody else like they're not American. If he loses, it's going to be some bullshit because everybody's going to be butthurt and they're going to be crying and wanting to take it out on people who don't believe that file should be in the White House.
And I will ride for the people they try to take it out for. If I'm ever in the vicinity, I'll take it.
Yeah. So, I may not. I said, I might not. I might take the rest of that week off. Like, I'm just gonna lay low, watch the news, see what's going on. I feel like it's safe. I'll be to work. But
I took election day off.
Speaking of that, because that's like, if you think about anyone who's in media, that following day is it for a shitstorm, regardless of what happens.
My thing is, man, I feel sorry for them. It's like, you gotta go to work. Like, even in locals, like, man,
right?
This is a day.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to be at work for my gig because of the media.
Good luck, because that's because it's just going to be a matter of looking at people and being like, so, how do you feel?
But real quick, with the turnout that we're seeing everywhere and even locally, how do y'all feel?
It's still a toss up, man. Like, and it's sad because I think people forget that any of these politicians' roles, right? They are all supposed to be public servants, and they're all supposed to be for the best interest of the people, not for one side, not for an ideology, but for the people. So when you think about that, it's like to say that I'm saying in my top three right now, right? Trump, Lindsey Graham, and McConnell. All three of those have shown time and time again within the last 4 years that they don't care. Like, it's all about them maintaining power and staying inside of that seat. So for me, that, in looking at the things that they said, looking at how at one point it's like, yeah, well, we can go ahead and bring in the Supreme Court justice when 4 years ago was a completely different tune. It's like seeing that stuff like that. It's like, you're now saying that your word means nothing. So why should I trust you with looking at your campaign promises, knowing that you're not going to follow through it? So for me, it's like, these races should not be hard, but they are. So having said that, we all know that the more people that show up, it is quite likely, and this has been proven, that the larger the electorate, the more likely it is going to shift to be progressive. So,
because they're looking for change.
Yeah. So
they're not looking for the same.
Right. So if we're taking it that it might be close, if anything, I think what'll honestly happen, Trump might win the White House, but I think the Senate would likely flip.
I think pretty much how they're talking, I think they all feel that it's flipping.
Right.
Let's say Moscow Mitch McConnell pretty much in his debate, he pretty much is already kind of went on. He spazzed and pretty much already conceded that he knows that's going to happen.
Right.
Like, he feels it. And do you think the gap is going to go further in the House?
I don't know if it'll go further because but let's be honest, there's not as many.
I don't know how many elections across the country there is for the House.
Yeah, but then there's not as many people who are as radically charged in the House as in the Senate, and I think that's where the difference is, because you don't see the same kind of rhetoric being proposed in the House, and mainly it is because there is a pretty large majority there, so they kind of have to fall in line or at least come up with a really good case of why they don't.
So since you guys understand House, Senate, President type shit, like, say and explain this to people who might not understand. Okay. Because most people think that all power is on the president. Nobody has more power than the president. That's the number one most powerful person in the world.
Checks and balances.
So let's say Trump gets the White House. The House and the Senate get Democratic.
Right.
How does that affect Trump's power?
All right. So let's take a step back to 2016.
Yep.
Barack Obama in his constitutional right, tried to propose Merrick Garland as a Supreme Court justice. Mitch McConnell said, "Nah, man, we good," and pretty much that's where it stood. Yeah. So if that happens with Trump, you have to understand that if it flips, and let's say there's 2/3 majority in the Senate, pretty much he is like any law that Congress tries to pass, they could just veto it and it just becomes law because they send it up to him. You know, you have to remember that Congress is the branch that writes laws. These executive orders that Trump puts out, yeah, they sound nice, but they don't really do anything. So if Congress flips and you're talking about an overwhelming majority, like 2/3, pretty much they have the power to almost do whatever they want, which is why people like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham I have such a problem with, because they have said things that establish a precedent, and now they're going back on it saying, well, it's the president's constitutional right. And you know what, to be honest, it is Donald Trump's right to elect a Supreme Court justice. I don't have an issue with that. The problem is the fact that you literally have 2 senators who have previously said, well, within the last year of an election, we shouldn't have a Supreme Court justice nominee, at least until after the results have been pushed through, which, okay, that's fine. But then now it's like the shoe's on the other foot. Now you're saying something different. So the reality of it is Congress is a check and balance with the president. Congress is the only branch of government that can declare war, even though the president can, from an executive administrative level, send troops somewhere. Congress is the only branch of government that can declare war. So understanding that they can actually send the country over to another area and declare war on that other nation pretty much shows you how much power they really have. And I think people are forgetting that at the end of the day, that is the branch of government that is the most important, because they write your laws. They are the ones that put things on the president's desk, which is exactly why Mitch McConnell is such a problem, because the stimulus package and all these things that we talked about earlier, he's just kind of sitting there and letting it go. But the Supreme Court justice nominee, for whatever reason, he's deciding that's more important than the health and safety of the Americans.
They're trying to get their power back in the lower ends,
right?
Because they're trying to get it through district courts and things like that as well. People don't understand,
right? Exactly. And they nominate.
That matters. Yeah, yep. Because that matters. So they nominate them. We don't get the vote for them.
Right. Yeah. And once they're in, that's it.
Yeah. And like I said, I think it's important sometimes to like break things down for people, because I think a lot of folks, and including me, I don't understand everything.
That's fine.
There's a lot of people who don't understand how all of this shit works. You know, from what they've been seeing this. Anybody who have just gotten into politics or just trying to follow it, they've gotten over the last few years this reality show type political game. Hey, we want to do this. We got to send it over to Trump so he can sign this book and and that's what we've been seeing. So we don't understand. There's a lot of people who, like I said, including me, who don't understand the steps that things take and how important some of the voting is over other parts of this voting. Well, President's important is the face of the nation, but he's not doing pretty much anything.
Right.
So it's important to look at these branches below the president, the House and the Senate, and make sure we're putting the right people there. Because it's that thin line that's separating this guy from being like a tyrannical king to just a face, which is what you're supposed to be.
You make a very good point, because right now that face has no clout around the world right now.
Yeah, like over the last 4 years, China is now the leading economic power in the world.
And they're the ones that were complaining about all the problems with it and not realizing that when jobs went overseas before, that was good for the economy.
Yeah,
like we keep forgetting that this is kind of like gaining weight, right? This is not a problem that just all of a sudden, it's not like you woke up like, shit, I got an inner tube around my stomach. Like that didn't happen.
You worked on
So it's the same thing. the same thing with all this stuff here. It's like, like China becoming an economic superpower. That didn't happen overnight. It was because we sent manufacturing over there, and then they figured out how to do it better than us.
Because we didn't want to pay the people that we have here.
There you go.
That's simple. They're trying to take the money out of our hands, keep it where it's at the top, and keep making money, and then not have that money be taxed.
Correct.
Really. That's really it. It's not hard, man.
But you know what the fucked up part is, and I've noticed because I've been watching. Africa is like the middle of all of it because
they really are. They really are. That's a good point, Brian.
Yeah. And have you noticed? And if you pay attention to world politics, what is China doing? They're going over to all these African nations.
Shit up.
And then they're going and say, hey, get on our side because we got all the money now. Come on, we'll work with us. We'll get you where you need to be.
To be honest with you, they don't even have to go there and abuse the Africans. If they go there and they pour money into the economy, right, and the Africans start seeing wealth and stop living like they're living, they're going to take China's side and they're going to willingly,
because they're not getting pillaged,
right?
Allow them to take the minerals and the diamonds and the gold and shit that's under that land.
Mm-hmm.
And just if China paid attention to history, they'd be like, you know what? Let's take care of these people instead of fucking raping these people, and we'll be better off.
There's a saying, and I know all of us heard it because I don't care if you're in South or the North, you've heard it. You catch more flies with honey than shit.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So if you go over there now, of course, I've heard horror stories over there that the Chinese people are being super racist in some parts and abusing the Africans, but
right.
I think they're gonna get it that you don't have to do that.
Yeah, thank you,
right,
Brian. One last thing to piggyback off what Brian said about the president, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think I heard this, but getting wrong now.
What Marcus posted.
Oh, what did he?
His Richard Muslim. Is that a goofy?
I hate because Mitch McConnell and them have the majority right now. If they're able to nominate their Supreme Court justice, and it comes down to the Supreme Court voting whether Trump stays in office or not, that's something they already put that into play, right?
That's kind of the rumored play. Is that if the election is too close to call and it has to go to Supreme Court nomination, yes, that's exactly what the thought is. Now, if it is a landslide, it's got to be.
They throw it out.
Yeah.
And honestly, they don't even have to look at it. They'd be like, no.
Yeah. If it's a landslide, don't worry about it. But if it's close, if it is a close election, yeah, they're going to take it all the way up, and then, yeah. So this,
we're looking at a 3-6 vote, right?
But see, here's the thing you got to remember though is that Kavanaugh and Gorsuch have both voted against Trump on some economic policy things that originally the people thought that they were going to, work differently on. So I mean, it's not. I'm not saying I'm holding my confidence on it, but it is. You have to remember, it's like once they get in, pretty much at that point, it's like
you can do what you want to do. Thanks for getting
want.
me in because I can shit on you now if I want.
Yeah, right. Ain't nothing you can do unless you. Because I think there's an impeachment process for a justice, but it's like I don't know if it's even happened before.
Like you nominated me, and thanks, but I'm voting against you. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, it's like once you're in, you in.
For life. For life. Like death row.
I was about to say that.
Make a record, nigga. Sorry. So I want to say this, and I guess we can go around and say what you guys say and end it or whatever. There's a lot of things being thrown at us towards the election. A lot of things being thrown at Black folk and ethnic folk that make us think that these people are for us.
Yeah.
And these people are for our betterment. A lot of things you've never heard of until now. A lot of things they've never said until now. Mm-hmm. A lot of groups of people they hadn't talked to until now. Don't let that shit fool you.
Right.
If you let these guys in with these fucked ass promises, you're gonna end up really upset come January, February.
The platinum plan's not a thing, Brian.
It's gonna be we're looking into a few things. Oh, we got to send it to Congress so we can revamp some things, and that'll be another 4 years. Be smart. Use your third eye, whatever you people say.
Mm-hmm.
Just, man, don't get fooled by this bullshit. Like, if I'd never paid rent before and I'm living in your house and I wanted to stay there for another month, I'm gonna bring you cakes and pies and all the sweet shit, but I'm not gonna be taking care of the rent.
Right.
So just be smart, man. If y'all want to say something, we can, or we can go ahead and wrap it.
I just want people to be well versed in who they're voting for. Real quick, when I was leaving out of the polling place today, this kind of upset me, but at the same time, I was mad that he didn't even know where he was living. This guy said, "I didn't know how I could vote. I didn't know what who the Republicans were on this ballot." And I'm like, if you know anything about a ballot on this side, but pretty much out of the like 9 to 10 choices you had, the school board is nonpartisan. Only the state senate and the presidential election over here even had Republicans on it. Every other seat was either Democratic that ran with an independent, or everything else was unopposed. So my thing is, you went into this looking to vote straight Republican, but yet did not know who was on the ticket, but was going to vote for them no matter what. That blows my mind. So people, if you choose to vote straight Republican, which I highly doubt you're listening to the show, or you choose to vote straight Democrat, I don't. You can do what you want to, but I don't recommend you do that.
Yeah.
Research everybody. Look at your sample ballot, however your state does it. Look at your sample ballot. Get educated on people. That's it. That's all I got.
Decades of incest right there.
So you got anything to depart with?
One real quick thing. I'm sorry. If I have an employee that I'm not happy with, I can find ways to fire him. That's just, just natural. Trump does not like Fauci. Fire him, motherfucker.
Right.
Why don't you fire him? If he's going against everything you're saying, fire him. Let's see what happens. I wish you would, so I can see what happens.
He only fires people on TV shows. In real life, have you noticed he's never the one to deliver the bomb? No, I've heard that every time somebody else did it. Somebody,
like, listen, Meadows, somebody, go fire Fauci. I'm tired of his shit. I want to see the backlash, because there will be. If he's doing such a fucking bad job.
I mean, doing a incredible job. Y'all just don't take anything he says and put it into action. Nothing.
Right.
So I'm a supporter of Fauci. So
yeah,
that's it. I'm done.
You'll clear his throat, because I feel like if he just do, it'll come up. Rich, I say that about you too.
Man, the only thing is two things, right? One of which is kind of echoing what Izzo said, is that if you're going to go vote, be educated. And this is Republican or Democrat. I think this is essentially a job interview, and we should treat it as such. So you're voting for these people based on their credentials, what they've said, their plans, how they've conducted themselves in the past relative to their position. So all of these things should matter. And I think that voting a straight ticket, I think, discredits your own insight based on just the actual voting process. That's one. Two, the other thing about all of this is that, keeping in mind that voting has now become a thing where people are really trying to limit the amount of people that vote. And my response to that is, if it wasn't so important, they wouldn't try so hard to take it away from you. So this is why, regardless of how you may vote, at the end of the day, what needs to happen is realize that you are going in there to make decisions that not only impact you, the people around you, and also those that are going to come after you. So remember that, because like for example, the Affordable Care Act and the mandate for anyone under the age of 26, right? Personally, I was affected by that. Not me personally, but in my family, because when my brother was sick with swine flu and that epidemic came through, that individual, that mandate for being under the age of 26, that could have had an entirely different response in how insurance was, because I will be honest, you have never seen anything until you see a $250,000 medical bill.
Oh, I remember him telling me about that.
To actually see it. It's one thing to hear about it, but to see it, and the fight that the insurance companies put up to make sure that, to find ways to weasel out of it, was insane. So keeping that in mind, we're talking about the Affordable Care Act and all these other things. Remember that your vote is going to potentially impact thousands, if not millions, of people in regards to how healthcare is distributed in this country. So again, make sure you vote. Make sure that you're voting with some insight into the candidate, and then also just make sure you go out and do it. Because again, if it wasn't such a big deal, in all honesty, they wouldn't try so hard to make sure that you don't. So that's all I got.
There you go. I couldn't have said it any better. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. Good show tonight. Everybody that listened, I appreciate you. If you wanted to listen to any of our podcasts that we've done in the past, almost done. I got 8 shows left, and then we be caught up.
Then we can do big things.
Big things. I'm trying to make some money off this beer. I'm just playing. If y'all are on, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let me put the thing up.
Yeah, the link tree.
Thing up.
What?
That's what she said.
There you go. Linktree, linktr.ee/company podcast. That is where all of the areas. Good night, Milo.
Good night.
Find our audio on. So make sure you do that next week. Like I said, that's going to be the last show before the election. So the show after that might be with a backdrop of fire and brimstone and cops.
Or Rich might have a whiskey glass in his hand.
Prime Day came up. I did buy me a house camera and a dash cam because I ain't get caught slipping. And the next thing I want to buy is that clickety clack 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 cloud.
I'll go shopping with you.
Oh, I was like, what? Got it.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for keeping us, for allowing us to keep you company. And we will see y'all next Wednesday. Peace.